in this game tonight, then the playoff picture's been dashed, but we still have another football game next week. But we do want to welcome you to this game. Every game is a big game. Every game is a game that you want to win, and every game is winnable. And you've got to have that mindset that every game you play, you're going to try to figure out. And I know the coaches work hard to try to figure out a way to win the football game. Well, the weather has held one more time, Coach. It's not raining, and I kind of half expected it to be raining,
right?
But that is not the case. It's kind of a warm Friday night, and that's kind of unusual when you're in week 9 and it's still T-shirt weather.
Yeah, like we was in McGee last week. I had on a jacket with a hood and sweatpants, and look at tonight, I got on short pants, so, it's crazy, man.
Well, I'm going to order it up. Next Thursday night, our final game here at home, I'm going to order up some cold winter weather. We've got to have a little taste of it.
Well, you know what? I've been hearing people talk about it. They say it's supposed to be cold next week.
It is supposed to get cold. I'll believe it when I see it, because I told somebody the other day I have not been cold since February, so I'm kind of looking forward to some weather. The Dumas Bobcats tonight playing host to the Eagles from Crossett. And we want to welcome the Crossett Eagles and all of their support crew to Tidwell Field on the campus of Dumas High School. My good buddy Larry Cantley's over across the way. He does radio for Crossett, and we had a good visit tonight before the pregame show. And we do want to welcome you to our broadcast, to our also to our video feed sponsored by each and every week by Dumas Seed Cleaners, and we appreciate them as well as all of our sponsors for having a part of this broadcast and this program. We had an interesting discussion, and I've always wanted a radio talk show because I like to get people's opinions, and I even have been known to argue. I know that's hard to believe, but we I've had a soapbox or two on Facebook, But we had an interesting, Larry and I had a interesting conversation about our live video feed, and what we've attempted to do is keep up with progress and provide a way for either folks that have moved off, alumni or whatever, or grandparents that have kids playing and they're out of state or whatever. They have a way to watch the game, and never was this ever intended to, and I don't think it ever has become an issue to where it keeps people at home. I don't think that people say, well, I'm not going to go out to the game because I can stay home and watch it. But he said that they have visited a school where they would not allow the live video stream because they wanted the people, if they want to watch the game, they got to come to the game.
I've heard that.
So that is a whole different, kind of food for thought. But I don't believe that, and that was never our intention. We definitely want the stands packed.
Right.
And we want this just to be another way for the folks that cannot make it to the game to be able to enjoy the football game.
Well,
but food for thought,
Yeah. Well, I look at it and say, everything resembles, from the on up to the professional ranks of sports, on down to college, on down to high school, and you keep going. Well, when I look at it, if you look at the model that they got up there, everybody can attend those games, and that's why, we have Dish and YouTube and DirecTV. Those are ways for people to go, and I look at it like this: the people that's going to come to the games are going to come because there's a lot of people, and I'll be one for instance. I'd rather see a game in person.
Oh yeah,
than to see it on on TV. If I can help myself.
That's right.
Now I don't want to be nosebleed. If I'm nosebleed, I'm staying at home. So
I have been there too. I'm telling you,
so I think having you having this live stream, I think is wonderful because I'm gonna be honest. I got people that I know that I know Raylan Spratt has an uncle that lives in Joplin. I know people I know they're always like calling me or hey, don't forget to send me that link, and then I'm telling them how to get on, and they're watching games from Joplin, Missouri. There's people watch from all over, man. So you service a whole lot of people, man, and I think I don't think it'll keep people from coming.
But anyway, if you want to, now this isn't a call-in radio show, and I really do wish I had a call-in radio. That'd be awesome.
Oh man!
But if you do want to weigh in on that, you can shoot me a text or a message on my Facebook page or Coach's.
Right.
I'm not trying to get your phone jumped up with messages,
get a beaming on.
But I would just like to just kind of fill the people out. But the way I think we could solve that problem is if we just pack the stadium so much that the folks that couldn't come at least could watch the game.
Right.
So that's my goal.
Yeah, we pack it so much that it's a safety issue.
You can't
get in, and you got to watch it.
So if you can come out to that, and I'm telling you, it's like you said, if you have an opportunity, you don't even have to have a dog in the hunt. You don't have to have a kid playing. If you just want to come out on a Friday night, what better way to spend a couple of hours is come out and watch a bunch of young men play football, watch the band, the cheerleaders, the whole package.
It's a wonderful experience,
It is, man. And high school football is nothing like it. So I do encourage the listeners. I encourage people to come out to the ball game and spend a couple of hours. And it supports these kids. They love to see those stands packed with fans, and so I do really encourage folks to come out to the game. Boy, this is a big game tonight, and the Bobcats are.
It's a huge game.
Yeah, man, we're coming off of a game last week that you just wish you could have back sometimes, but
man, McGee ran that ball, man.
They ran the ball, and
man, it was tough.
I've never seen a team so one-dimensional have that much success. I've seen teams that they only had one dimension in their offense, and they did the best they could.
Right.
But McGee really didn't have to do anything different. They were so successful with it, so that is one of the reasons I think that they just kept running. It was working.
They ran us, and I mean, like I said, I don't do any football. I used to. I coached it for 6 years. But, if you watch the game, last week it was – if you look at the numbers, it was pretty – if you look at the numbers, it makes sense.
Right.
If you look at us most of the night, we had 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers, right? So we got 6 people. Well, if you look at McGee, they had 5 – they got 5 linemen. There's 5. The quarterback is 6. Then they got 3 in the backfield, so they outnumbered us 8-6. So that's tough for us to stop them right there. That's what it was.
The Eagles, they
8-6, you're gonna win the numbers.
That's right. You're gonna win the numbers, absolutely. So it's hard to stop them. The Eagles come in tonight with a record of 5-3. The only 2 conference losses they have been to Warren and DeWitt, number 1 and number 2, and basically in our.
And they lost to Warren by 7.
Yeah,
49-42, and lost to DeWitt, I think 25-6.
And that was what I was going to talk about. This Eagle team, they've hung some points up this year. They got beat by Glen Rose preseason by 1 in 2 overtimes. They hung 38 points up in that game. Right. They put 28 against Star City, or 35 against Star City. And now they did win the Glen Rose game with 39 points, 35 against Star City, 41 against Hamburg.
Wow.
And
we put up 14. Wow.
Yep, and they put up 42, like you said, against Warren, got beat 49-42. And DeWitt handled them pretty well. They were only able to score 25-6. They also put up 35 points against McGee and beat them 35-34, and they put up 49 points against Helena. So they have an offense that can score. It's simple as that.
Yeah, they run the spread. They throw the football. I was talking to Lovelady earlier this Wednesday, and he said they throw the football. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Mr. Rick, they have a quarterback that can throw it and they can run it, but they have probably one of the best receivers in Class 4A in the state, and the Talon Pascal. I heard a lot of people when Warren played against him. They was people gonna be biased, but I heard people saying, "Man, he looked like he was the best receiver on the field." So I've heard a whole lot about him. How electric he is. He's a playmaking receiver that could go the distance at any time. So I'm excited to see what I've been hearing. I've heard a whole lot about him.
So, it's going to be interesting to watch that and watch that young man. And so we're going to have a couple of teams tonight that are going to spread it out, probably throw the ball a lot. So the game may be a little more extended than some of these running games. And we've talked about it every week and what we've got to do. But I've seen one thing different in our offense that we've got to do, and that's catch the passes that are there. And when Jones puts the pass in your hands, you're down to the point where you just can't make a mistake. You've got to catch the ball. And, penalties, we've kind of ironed some of that stuff out. The Bobcats have really played good, clean football. And, the turnovers hadn't been terrible. But, man, he almost caught it. We don't need to say that one time tonight. No, we need to be saying great catch.
Yeah, we've in opportune times, we've missed some passes that really, really – should have counted against. I'm trying to see who was we playing that time. Man, so many games.
Well, I know we dropped about 3 against McGee.
Remember, who was we playing the time on this field over here? We was on a 4th and some, and our receiver slipped down.
Yep, sure
that was
did.
Huge. I don't know who we played.
And I can't remember.
But man, that was huge.
Those are heartbreaking plays.
I can't remember who we played
for everybody, for the fans, for us, for the kids on the field, and so. the players are, and it's just it's going to have to be. And sometimes you're going to do that. You're going to slip down or drop a pass, but they're going to have to get their focus a little more keen tonight. They're going to have to really tune into this football game and decide in their minds, I'm going to play my position perfect tonight, and if you'll play your position perfect, we'll stay in this football game, and it will be a winnable football game. There would not be many things that could be better for this football team this late in the season than to get a home win against the Crossett Eagles tonight. That would be huge, and it is a doable task. And but I look for a good football game. I look for an entertaining football game. So, like I said, if you can make it out here, come on out and watch the game. But if not, thanks for tuning in. And we'll try to keep you updated, informed, and I don't know about entertained. We'll do the best we can, but we're just about ready for this football game to get kicked off. This is game number 9. Next week we finish out regular season play here at home, Tidwell Field, Senior Night 2023, as we play host to and I got to say it, the mighty DeWitt Dragons. And we haven't said that in a while, but they're big time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been Dumas 12 years. I can literally say I've never remember being coaching the Dumas where DeWitt's been.
I know it. It's
this dominant. I mean, been this. Well, let me say this competitive.
They have really played good football this year, and they've been real consistent.
Right.
And but they will be visiting the Bobcats next week, final game of the season for regular season, and it will be senior night here in Dumas. And remember, that football game is next Thursday night, not Friday night. So next Thursday night, spread the word about that, and I'll keep it updated throughout the week on Facebook, because there's nothing worse than me getting a text on Friday saying, man, where y'all at? You're not on the air. And said, well, that was last night. So we got to get the word out that the football game next week is on Thursday night. And, Coach, that's been a tradition for a long time, and I think it's because it gives the coaches a chance to scout playoff opponents. Is that correct? Is that the way
that's what I'm maybe thinking? I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest.
Because some schools don't do that. A lot of schools wait and play on Friday.
Some play on Friday, but I believe that's the reason that, like you say, they're doing it, because it's last game, and it gives them a chance to come watch each other. Because they do it in basketball. Like, I'm gonna be honest, when we get to the district tournament time, ours is always played on a Friday, I think, and theirs is always played on a Saturday.
I got you.
See what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
We're able to always go watch the other side.
So,
so I think that's a strategy just to help all teams out, to be able to, like I said, they do it in basketball. They give them a chance to come down and watch our district championship. Then it gives us a chance to go wherever. Because the way that the regions are set up in basketball, man, when you got to go watch another district, I'm always going over to Ashdown, Foul.
Right.
Man, you're going way across, and they got to do likewise. So I think that's why they set
it
up
and
like that.
That makes a lot of sense. That frees these coaches up to go and actually do their own scouting instead of having to send somebody. So I do get that. You are listening to the Merchants and Farmers Bank pregame show live tonight from Tidwell Field, Dumas High School. You're listening to live Dumas Bobcat football on Country 106.9 FM, your home, each and every Friday night and next Thursday night for a live Dumas Bobcat football. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with more of the pregame show after these words. Stick around, folks.
As a community bank, Merchants and Farmers is closely tied to the businesses, organizations, and most importantly, to the people in the communities it serves. We have been since 1909. We offer the big bank products, but are small bank friendly. We're dedicated to providing great customer service, all the while getting to know our customers. Hence our motto, building relationships one customer at a time. We'd like to invite you to be next. Stop in today to see why your experience here matters. Merchants and Farmers Bank of Dumas. Member FDIC.
When is it time to rethink your auto insurance company? When you're tired of making this phone call.
Hello.
To get a quote,
Press 1. To make a claim, press 2. To get the runaround, press 3. You've pressed 3.
No, I wanted 2.
If this is correct, press 1. If this is not correct, press 1 anyway.
What? No.
To continue in English, press or say 1.
1.
To continue in Morse code,
1.
press ...
Morse code? I don't even know Morse code.
You have selected Morse code.
No!
When you're ready to stop getting stuck in phone trees, give Farm Bureau Insurance a call. You don't just get customized auto, home, and life coverage. You get real personal service. You know, the kind that makes you feel like a person. Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real answers really fast. Get real auto, home, and life insurance. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Farm Bureau Agent Grant Shellman or Shea County Agency Manager Bubba Hudson today at 870-382-4004.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
Welcome back to the Merchants and Farmers Bank pregame show tonight, live from Tidwell Field, as we're preparing for this football game tonight. And, you know, like we said, this is a big football game for both teams, but really a big football game for the Dumas Bobcats and their playoff picture, because we've got to win this football game. We need to win out.
Got to win both of them.
So we've got to win them both.
And then I don't want to get all into it, but I think it's going to take a little bit of luck from some other wins and stuff coming. It's going to take some of that to happen, to come. So it's a lot. I don't know. Like I said, it's tangled up.
So, but, you know, and like we talked about, you want to win every game. So we're going to play tonight just to win and see how good the Bobcats can play against the Crossett Eagles. I do expect some points to be put on the board, especially if Dumas can get their offense in gear and put the points up, because we know what Crossett can do. They're proven this year that they can hang some points on just about any defense. So our defense is played fairly good this year, but they're going to have to step up again as well. So it's going to be a very interesting football game, and I'm very interesting to see how the Bobcats come out of the chute. Do we come out ready to play gung-ho, let's get it going, or are they going to be a little lethargic? So it's going to be interesting, and I think we're going to have to come out of the chute fired up and try to get the momentum going early and protect the football. And we know we got to do that. We know we have to protect the ball. Keep it away from – that's the best way to keep an offense from scoring 40 points against you. Don't let them get the ball.
Yeah.
You know, keep your offensive drive moving, keep the chains moving, and try to keep the ball out of their hands. And when they get the football, your defense is going to have to step up. We're going to have to cover the edges a little tighter. We're going to have to – I think our defensive backs are going to have to tighten the gap up a little bit. They're going to have to stay a little tighter to those receivers. And you just cannot let them get half a step on you. You've got to stay right in their back pocket tonight, and it's going to be important for the Bobcats to do that. So
yeah, they're going to, according to Lovelady, I think they're going to spread it out. They're going to spread it out, and, man, they're going to be throwing that ball down the field with the spread offense. And the running back is also going – the quarterback is going to be a dual-threat quarterback, so you can look for him to be running also. So we just got to be able to defend on both levels, because they're going to be able to run it and they're going to be able to throw the football. You know, and Crossett's a well-coached team by Coach Newton. Like I said, they're 5-3. I mean, they've had some good battles this year. I mean, they were tied with Warren late in their game, 35-35, and ended up losing 49-42.
Right.
So they have a high-powered offense, and they're used to putting up points on the board. So we're going to have to look to defend them, because, like I said, their quarterback can throw it and he can run it. So, man, it's a dual threat.
That's right. So we will see both teams spreading it out tonight. I don't figure we'll see any of that wing tee stuff and all that running.
No,
and, they will
3 yards in a cloud of smoke. We won't see that tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm kind of not going to miss that.
No, me neither, man.
So we've got to get out and we've got to defend the pass, tighten up on these receivers, pressure on the quarterback. That's one of the best ways. Get him out of his comfort zone, flush the quarterback out of the pocket, make him run, and let's see how good he can throw on the run. So pressure on the quarterback. We may have to do a little man-to-man offense and send some linebackers and try to get a little pressure on him tonight. But all that remains to be seen. It's going to be a big task. But at the same time, Crossett cannot come into this game tonight expecting just to push the Bobcats around. They're not going to have that here at home. So I'm expecting a very entertaining football game and looking forward to it. So we're just about ready for kickoff. We're about 8 minutes away, actually, so the clock continues to tick. You're listening to the Merchants and Farmers Bank pregame show as we are at home tonight. We'll finish up next Thursday night at home, as well. It's a beautiful Friday night in Dumas, Arkansas. It's a little warmer than we would like, but there's no rain. That was kind of the talk around. We were kind of worried about rain and wondering if we were all going to get wet tonight, but it looks like, at least so far, there is no rain in the area. So that's good for the folks that are out on the field and up on the roof. So I don't think we'll have to deal with the weather too much tonight in this football game. The crowd continues to trickle in here tonight, and we're getting closer and closer to getting this football game underway. We've seen the Bobcats warm up tonight. They're wearing, once again, those anthracite jerseys, and I think that's kind of out of necessity. I think they had some ordered that didn't come in, but we'll do the best we can with the numbers and all of that, but I think we'll be okay. We've kind of learned these kids, so we will see how that goes tonight. But these anthracite jerseys,
man,
sometimes
always tough.
Yeah, it's always a little tough. So, but we'll see how that goes. We're into the preliminary part of this pregame show tonight, as the announcer next door is setting out some ground rules and all that stuff. And we're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll be back to wrap up our pregame show after this.
Craving pizza? Big Benjo Pizza in Dumas has just what you're looking for. Open 7 days a week for dine-in, takeout, and drive-through. Big Benjo Pizza also has a low-carb keto cauliflower crust in addition to your classic homemade pizza. They also have barbecue, supreme, taco, and chicken bacon ranch specialty pizzas, along with hot wings, spaghetti, and salad. Hometown service and a Dumas staple. Big Benjo Pizza. Call 382-2880 to place your order. Big Benjo Pizza, 720 Highway 65 in Dumas.
Simmons Bank, nominated by Forbes magazine as a top U.S. bank, takes great pride in investing in our friends and neighbors. For more than 100 years, we've worked to make our customers' dreams come true, earning trust with convenient and reliable financial tools, checking and savings accounts, home and consumer loans, small business loans, and low-rate credit cards. Wherever you are on your financial journey, we're there with you every step of the way. Simmons Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Driven by our mission to deliver power you can count on, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas go to work every single day on the X's and O's of delivering reliable and affordable electricity to our home field, Arkansas. With over 2,000 employees on our team, our game plan begins and ends with their dedication across our 17 electric distribution cooperatives that cover more than 60% of Arkansas. They are our most valuable players. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas, the power to deliver, the drive to win.
Stumped on a home project? Stop by Barry's True Value in Dumas for expert advice on any remodeling project. Barry's is stocked with the right products and tools from brands like DeWalt and Stihl to get the job done. While you're in Barry's, check out the outdoor selection. Barry's True Value carries top brands like Under Armour and Lacrosse footwear to help you have a successful hunt. For all your home projects and outdoor needs, trust Barry's True Value in Dumas. Barry's, behind every project is a true value.
We all have our traditions. From Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange. Because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Your best life begins with your healthiest life. At Baptist Health, you'll find the comprehensive care you need for every person in your family. From pediatrics to primary care to women's health, we're equipped to partner with you in every phase of your wellness journey. You'll also find Baptist Health locations and clinics across the state, ensuring we're always there for you, when and where you need us. Learn more about the state's most trusted name in healthcare, locate a clinic, find a provider, and more at baptist-health.com.
Welcome back as we're wrapping up the Merchants and Farmers pregame show tonight. And we know we've got a video feed issue. Stick around just a minute. We'll have that taken care of. And so there's always something. There's gremlins running around in the electronics. But we're getting that squared away. So y'all just stick around for a minute. And we'll have the video part fired right back up as we're just about ready to get this football game underway here. A big game tonight as the Crossett Eagles visit the Dumas Bobcats. And Crossett has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. The Crossett Eagles will be moving from our right to our left. They will be defending the north end zone to begin this football game. The Eagles wearing maroon pants, maroon helmets with white jerseys and maroon numbers. And as I stated, the Bobcats are back in the anthracite jerseys, but I think they've had new jerseys ordered. They haven't come in, so I think this may be out of necessity. But, boy, it sure makes it hard on the folks in the press box to see the numbers, but we'll work it out the best way we can. So we'll get that squared away as quick as we can. Doing the same thing, Zach. So we're just about ready for kickoff. All right, sorry about that. We're trying to get our camera going. Here come the Crossett Eagles making their way onto the football field. And we are just about ready to get this game underway. The Crossett Eagles will receive the football to get the game started. And we'll be underway here shortly. The Bobcat inflatable is blown up, waiting on the Bobcats to make their way out onto the football field. And we'll be ready to get underway here on this beautiful Friday night, October 27, 2023. So we're just about ready to get started. Welcome once again to our broadcast.